talk about obsession. This gentleman is a man that posed as a 20-year-old woman and then pretended to be in love with me and all this other stuff after I went through a really bad situation with somebody that catfished me for years. Okay? And he posed as a 20-year-old woman to get me to send him nudes, which he then proceeded to masturbate to because he's a real sick son of a bitch. Okay? He's obsessed with me. So let's talk about obsession. This is him sharing my video 4 minutes ago. This is him sharing this 4 minutes ago. See, me. That's me defending a mentally ill woman he tries to drive to suicide. Me, defending a mentally ill woman, me defending a mentally ill woman, defending a mentally ill woman, defending a mentally ill woman. Okay, me. This is what obsession looks like. This is when somebody is obsessed with you. He can't help himself. He is obsessed with me. He won't leave me alone, no matter how many times I tell him to leave me alone. I've told him to leave me alone. He won't leave me alone. He's tried to illegally obtain access to my medical records. He's admitted to that, and I'll show where he admits that. He's also admitted it on video. I have it in video. Okay? Here he's calling a woman. He says, "Stop crying, pussy," to a mentally ill woman he's trying to drive to suicide. Again, he says the same thing to a mentally ill woman he's trying to drive to suicide. Here he's obsessed with me, his obsession 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 with, Mary, that's him harassing a mentally ill woman, working in tandem with this other gentleman. They work together to try and drive her to suicide. Here he's obsessed with me, obsessed with me, obsessed with me, obsessed with me, obsessed with me. He can't get enough of me. Here he's trying to drive her to suicide again, trying to drive her to suicide, constantly trying to drive this woman to suicide. Here he's obsessed with me, trying to tell me that I can't get Mary help. Mary's the woman he's trying to drive to suicide, saying I can't get her help from this group because they've talked to each other and he's convinced them that she's a bad person. Okay, this is him again harassing Mary, who goes by Adrasdia. Again, me, he's obsessed with me. He can't get enough me. Can't get enough me. Can't get enough me. He won't stop harassing me. Now, this is a gentleman that admitted that he sent people over my apartment to harass me, to intimidate me. They didn't. They ran away like cowards. More me, more me, more me, more me, more me, more me. Here he's harassing that mentally ill woman again. Here he's working in tandem with that gentleman. Again. It's all me. Can't get enough me. More me, more me, more me. He's obsessed with me. This is because he's sexually obsessed with me. He can't get enough of me. He needs to stop. This is him harassing that mentally ill woman. Harassing that mentally ill woman. Okay, this is him harassing me again. Harassing that mentally ill woman. 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 Just constant harassment of me and that mentally ill woman, but he's obsessed with me. He can't get enough me. He is a sick son of a bitch that posed as a 20-year-old girl to gain access to my nudes so that he could pleasure himself to my nudes. This is more of him being obsessed with me. He can't stand that I'm defending this mentally ill woman that he's trying to abuse. He can't stand that I'm attracted to women. That's another thing. He can't stand that. Now, he claims to be protecting a woman from me, right? So he claims to be protecting a woman, but yet he attacks women, right? Keep that in mind. He is a chauvinist that attacks women. Here he's obsessed with me more. More me. More me. More me. Again, he's harassing this mentally ill woman. Harassing this mental... Notice how they blame shift. They try to say that she's chasing clout. She's not. She's trying to get help because they keep harassing her and trying to drive her to suicide. Okay? More me. More me. More me. More me. More me. Oh, no. More me. Now he's harassing her more. What's this? Now he's making fun of her. He's working in tandem with this woman. That's a team of stalkers that harass these people. This is a pregnant mentally ill woman that he's harassing. He's harassing Mary again. Talking shit about me. Harassing Mary again. Harassing Mary again. You see, he's jealous. He's jealous of the young lady I'm fond of. I would hit that, but it will take me back to the top, and I don't feel like working my way all the way down here. Here he's making fun of Mary, the woman that he's driving to suicide, for being suicidal. Here he's making fun of this pregnant woman who's also mentally ill, making fun of a pregnant mentally ill woman. Okay, this is what I wanted to get to. So apparently people think that I brought up Eliana for no reason. No. 2 weeks ago, now I didn't notice this until a little while ago because I don't stalk out their pages like they do mine. But I'd noticed this when I was going down his page one day to make a video showing how he's obsessed with me. And he is explaining, he's claiming that he spoke to the nurse, right? He's saying, whoever is using the nurse to troll the stalking nunce with the mutant chin, meaning me, can you please stop it? She's not Eliana, who is more than capable of being a Sheed Lord. She doesn't have... Now, he brought up Eliana. I didn't bring up Eliana until after he brought up Eliana. She doesn't have a public-oriented social media and no means or interest of going public about this idiot. She doesn't want to talk about him at all, and that's fine. She wasn't asked about talking about it publicly either. She wants to be left alone, plain and simple. So this is him admitting that he stalked down my nurse, tried to get her to illegally discuss my medical history with him, and she said no. Okay? That's what that is. And he's explaining that she wants to be left alone. But is he leaving her alone? No, he keeps bringing her up. Now, she never told me to leave her alone. They tried to claim that she was trying to get a protection from abuse from me. She wasn't. Do you want to know how I know she wasn't? I called the sheriff's department. She wasn't. I also made sure to give the sheriff's department photographs of Hatman, Royce, Adonis, and all the other people that harass me. Here, he's more obsessed with me, more attacking Adrasdia. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to move on. So, I just want to show a montage of some of the threats that this person has and how he's attempted to intimidate me.
In Philadelphia, and I will be at your door, and I will finish you for good. One person tried that before. I found them. I gave him a very simple warning. You got your choice. If I hear one more word from you, one more word, you're going to get a knock at your door, and you better pray to God it's the cops. Because if it's me, the cops are going to have to come and take me away. That was the choice, James. Go after. So if you want to escalate to that level, I'll be on a plane to Philadelphia within 48 hours. Guarantee you. And I'm pretty sure there's a few people in here who would quite happily provide me with an alibi. Or possibly a firearm or two.
And now this is obviously a false scenario meant to get a reaction out of me. But what I want to point out is Fatma'am accidentally admits to his community, meaning the community of stalkers, harassers, etc., that Eliana was basically fucking with me the whole time. Okay? Like, many people had warned me, even when I was actively friends with her on Facebook, other guys that she had done the same thing to warned me about her, and I refused to believe it because I figured, how could somebody as sweet, because she was very sweet to me, how could somebody as sweet as her be like that? And I just assumed that they were jealous of the attention that she was showing me and the affection she was showing me. But let's see. So, Hatman here is claiming that he spoke to the nurse. He didn't. But let's look at this. She's not Eliana, who is more than capable of being a, quote, Sheed Lord, which is her words. She doesn't have a public-oriented social media and no means or interest in going public about this idiot, meaning me. She doesn't want to talk about him at all, and that's fine. She wasn't asked about talking about it publicly either. She wants to be left alone, plain and simple. Now, even if this was a true scenario, what this shows is that this young woman is not a complete moron and recognizes that you people are creepy as hell and very disgusting people. Okay? That's what that shows right there. Okay? Because she's not talking about anything with you. You dig? Number two, she's not like Eliana, who is more than capable of being a she-lord. As I had stated, Eliana made everything up. Eliana is a liar. Eliana was working me the whole time to get reactions out of me to make me look far worse than I am. I've stated that. Okay, it took me a while to catch on. I actually thought that, people had corrupted her, people had altered her in some way. No, she was doing this from the beginning. She is a she-lord, in Hatman's words and in Eliana's words. They were working me over the whole time. She is a liar. The whole scenario with me was exaggerated versions of reactions that I was forced into making because her and her friends, Hatman, Mr. Lopez, Adonis, all these people were working me over to get reactions out of me, and they knew that I cared greatly for Eliana because of the way Eliana made me believe that she cared about me, but clearly she didn't, and she was lying from the beginning because she is a she-lord. And Hatman points it out right here, the whole thing was made up. Boom, chakalaka. So let's examine this comment. Now, there's a family of gang stalkers that gang stalk me. Their names are Rob the Toe Man. Undead Pikachu is the mother. So Rob the Toe Man is the father. Undead Pikachu is the mother. And the child's name, I don't know if it's a child, but the daughter's name is Killer Spider with a Y. Now, what this person is saying, they're saying, now these people are all local because Rob the Toe Guy is the guy that video recorded my house. He's also the guy that allegedly knocked on my door, which I know because this was stated to a person that let me know that. Okay. Another person online that sent me the screenshots of him claiming to have come over my house and claiming to have confronted me. Believe me, he didn't confront me. Do you want to know why I know he didn't confront me? If he confronted me, he would have been talked to by the police for harassing me. So they're saying Pikachu has spoke to the nurse, okay? This is the guy that these people can't stop incriminating themselves. So I'll just read it real quick. Pikachu has spoke to the nurse quite a bit, and she's engaged to a guy who works at St. Paul's Hospital. Okay, if he's a physiotherapist or his name is Jamie, I don't know. Pikachu has promised the nurse to never reveal her name on the internet. Or to the internet. Now, of course, this is a BS story. There's no St. Paul's Hospital in the tri-state area that I'm even aware of, meaning not in New Jersey, not in Pennsylvania, and not in Delaware that I'm aware of. I didn't really Google it, but I've never heard of it. I'm pretty familiar with the different hospitals due to having worked in healthcare. So I've never heard of it, but also a physiotherapist is not a term used in American English. It's a British English. Here he admits to knowing who he sent. This is proof that he sent the person over my place that knocked on my door and ran away like a sissy. And I think the person was paid to try and intimidate me by Fatma'am here. And he just ran away like a sissy, but lied to Fatma'am and said that he confronted me. He also lied to somebody I know and said that he confronted me, which he didn't confront me, or he'd be talking to the police. And also, if he's going to confront me and threaten me, face to face, and I have a right to protect myself, I am very capable of protecting myself. So let's see Fatma'am admit that he knows who came to my door, and he knows that they confronted me. No, the person lied to you, Fatma'am. They didn't confront me. You might have paid them to confront me. You might have paid them to threaten me. They didn't threaten me. They ran away like a little bitch. Associated with you motherfuckers, I have every right to assume is trying to do me harm, and under the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania's laws, I have every right to defend myself by whatever means is considered reasonable in a court of law. So you can keep threatening me, you can keep sending people over my home, and I will keep reporting it to the police, because I am not the one breaking the law, I am the one defending myself. So you people can keep the bullshit up, but let's hear what you have to say, buddy boy. Let's hear what you have to say.
You and I both know, and
listen to what he says, because this is important. He knows who came to my door, and he was told otherwise by the person that came to my door. But let's see what he says.
the people who were at your door know that is bullshit. Maybe it was a fluke and some kids were playing
He's trying to
99.
he's trying to cover it up after he admits he knows who it was.
Were at my door know it's bullshit. So yeah, you know who they were. So let's go. Let's go. Recording where I live. People were encouraging people to attack me.
Yeah, somebody did video record where you live. That guess I know who did it. I'm not going to say who did it. It wasn't done. It wasn't solicited. It wasn't asked for. It was someone decided they were going to go out and do it.
It wasn't done. It wasn't solicited for. But I just told somebody to do it, and I did it, and then I put it on my show. But I didn't do it. It just happened. I encourage people to do crazy bullshit.
This is what they do. They put people, they encourage people, and most likely pay people. What I think happened there is it's almost beyond obvious that he paid somebody to threaten me, and they chickened out because they're probably a pussy. And what happened was they told him that they threatened me, so that he paid them. That's my guess. That would make the most sense anyway, because obviously he believes that somebody tried to intimidate me, and that person told someone else that they tried to intimidate me. They didn't try to intimidate me because they can't intimidate me. These people can't intimidate me. They think they can, but they don't know me. They don't know who I am. They don't know what I'm capable of. I am more than capable of defending myself, and they should be wary of confronting me face to face, because I will protect myself, and I do have the legal right to protect myself. I've already spoken to a number of people about that, and I also taught martial arts, and I taught people how to defend themselves, and I'm familiar with the self-defense laws in Pennsylvania for that reason. Self-defense is a legal term. It's not a martial arts term. Martial arts is the art of war. Self-defense is something, it's a legal term.